Yep, he's in my lap. I've got Gandalf the Grey in my lap. This is Neil's on Dynasty. Please like, share, and subscribe. Buy some silver and some platinum. Be kind, helpful, and grateful. And don't make fun of my hair because I haven't combed it yet. I was just at the Union Hall. The wind was blowing real hard outside when I saw this post and figured I'd go ahead and send it on out to y'all so you guys be understanding of why America hasn't done anything about this Niger scenario, even though France is supposedly an ally of ours. But this might have a little explanation for that. And if you just want to take about 8 minutes and check it out, here it is.
Nigerian President Mohamed Bazoum was ousted by the head of his own presidential guard, General Abdurrahman Tiani, in a swift and bloodless palace coup. The military takeover was widely condemned by the international community, with France and many other Western countries and international bodies, like the European Union and the United Nations, explicitly condemning the coup. However, one major global player that was uncharacteristically quiet about the situation in Niger was the United States. America paused all of its humanitarian aid, security, and assistance programs in Niger after the development, but has been reluctant to call it a coup. This is because the U.S. has significant investments in drone bases in Niger, which it considers a key ally in counterterrorism, surveillance, and intelligence. However, something bigger is reportedly at play, inspiring America's reluctance to condemn Niger. The United States and gas company Chevron were rumored to be stepping up production of a vital billion-dollar gas pipeline that passes through Niger into Europe after the explosion of the Russian Nord Stream pipelines. That billion-dollar gas pipeline is called the Trans-Saharan Gas Pipeline Project. The $13 billion project, which some claim is secretly being funded by the USA and Chevron, aims to transport Nigerian gas to Europe, promising to fuel both energy-hungry nations and economic growth along its 4,000-kilometer route. The pipeline, with an exact length of 4,128 kilometers, would connect Warri in Nigeria to the large Hassi Armel gas hub in Algeria, crossing through Niger and carrying about 30 billion cubic meters per year of gas exports from these three countries to Europe. The initial agreements for the passage of this pipeline through Niger were reached with the old regime, but the new pro-Russia junta leaders do not share their predecessors' zeal for European cooperation. And this has become a problem for America because it needs this pipeline up and running to exploit the huge European demand for gas created by the explosion of Russia's undersea Nord Stream 1 and 2 gas pipelines, an occurrence it is rumored to have orchestrated and executed to perfection. The Nord Stream 1 and 2 natural gas pipelines were multi-billion-dollar infrastructure projects that carried Russian gas to Germany under the Baltic Sea. They supplied Germany and much of Western Europe with cheap Russian natural gas for more than a decade, making Russia very critical to Europe's energy needs. However, the Russia-Ukraine conflict changed everything. Russia became isolated through sanctions, but it still had its important pipelines which Germany and other parts of depended on for gas. That was until U.S. President Joe Biden began to view the pipelines as a way for Vladimir Putin to weaponize natural gas to further his political and territorial goals. And so Biden allegedly took a very drastic measure to further sabotage Putin and Russia's interests, blowing up the Nord Stream 1 and 2 natural gas pipelines on September 26, 2022. The main proponent of this allegation is highly respected and award-winning investigative reporter Seymour Hersh. Hersh, in his article titled How America Took Out the Nord Stream Pipeline, written with information from a single anonymous source, argued that the Biden administration and the CIA were responsible for the Nord Stream explosions. The Pulitzer Prize-winning reporter alleges that the blowing up of the Nord Stream pipelines in the Baltic Sea was a collaboration between Norway and the United States to irreversibly sabotage Russia because sanctions and economic pressure following the Ukraine conflict did not seem to be slowing Putin down too much. Also, he claims the U.S. saw the loss of the pipelines as a huge win because Putin no longer had a huge economic and almost military force. With the pipelines gone, Russia could no longer weaponize them and could no longer force Western Europe, not to back the US in the fight on the side of Ukraine. So, with the Nord Stream pipelines out of the way, America has now reportedly turned its attention to the Trans Saharan gas pipeline project that passes through Niger on its way to Europe. The recent coup in Niger, however, has cast a shadow over this ambitious project, igniting a power struggle that might potentially hinder the pipeline's progress. In Niger, rekindled conflict between pro Western and pro Russia elements has increased uncertainty about the initiative. Could the coup be the last straw, or will it act as a catalyst for re-evaluating and reinforcing the project's strategic importance? Whether you believe Seymour Hersh's allegations of American involvement in the Nord Stream explosion or not, one thing is clear. Niger finds itself unwittingly caught in a complex geopolitical struggle between superpowers. With the recent coup installing a pro-Russia junta, the fate of the Trans-Saharan gas pipeline project, designed to transport Nigerian gas to Europe, hangs in the balance. The pipeline's successful completion could potentially bring economic benefits to Niger, transforming the region by creating jobs and enhancing infrastructure. The choices made by the new government will play a pivotal role in determining whether Niger becomes a pawn or a player in this global power struggle, highlighting the importance of considering the project's local impact alongside its broader geopolitical implications. What do you think of the USA and Chevron speeding up the joint Niger gas pipeline production after allegedly orchestrating the Russian Nord Stream explosion? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. And as always,
Well, there you go, people. Some interesting facts about Nord Stream 1 and why it possibly was taken out, although we don't know for sure. This does lead credence to the argument that it was this administration that had something to do with it. Hard to say. Gandalf says he's tired of all this crap and he just wants to go to sleep. Sleep. Sound sleep. And I don't know actually what to say about it. It's very interesting. I was wondering why America was staying quiet on the whole Niger thing when France was having their thing done. And because we have like 1,500 soldiers there too. But apparently they're very strategic allies of ours in Western Africa. And, well, they're, the pipeline, they obviously see it as a way to bring money in to them, which is what they want since they raised the price of uranium from 0.80 euro per kilo to $200 a kilo. So they're generating a lot of revenue. And I brought a story to you stating that they were going to open up looking to open up a government-run gold mine to where all the people will get paid good money for pulling resources out of their own country, which I'm totally down with. They should obviously do it. It's their resources. They should grab it and take total advantage of. But the Western world and the Eastern world don't want that. You can't just blame the Western world. For there to be a bad guy, there has to be a good guy. There has to be a bad guy. There has to be a good guy. There's always a flip side of the coin. And depending on your perspective, depends on who's the good guy and who's the bad guy. I'll leave that up to you. I'll just bring you the information. I have my own theories, which are kind of bizarre, but I see a lot of pathways that have happened that other people don't. And if you don't believe me, you can just watch my videos. I got like 750 geopolitical videos. You go to playlist, Neil's World. That's where all the geopolitical and platinum videos are. The rest of them are about my cute little kitty cats, like Gandalf the Grey. Anyhow, you guys have a nice morning. I'll talk to you later.